It's time now for the latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Board of Education met Tuesday for their monthly board meeting. Newly sworn in District 1 board member Kerry Yarborough attended his first meeting. On the agenda, the opening of the bids for the proposed ag facility and the ROTC facility, two projects approved by voters in the East Bluffs referendum, which are projected to raise $30 million. 5 companies bid on the board's first revision, and the companies bid the two projects together, but broke down what each facility would cost if awarded the bids. All the bids range from just under $9 million to $10.8 million. Lowest bid was $6 million for the ag facility, $2.7 for the ROTC. The combined bid $8,919,000. Highest bid came in at $7.6 million for the ag facility and $3.2 million for the ROTC facility, for a combined bid of $10.8 million. Board member Todd Wise not happy with the bids and motioned to table everything at this time.
The amount of money that we are obligated to, as a board, as a monetary to our taxpayers, to spend our money correctly. We are paying premium taxes right now in school for spending money that is uncalled for. And I'm not going to sit back. We're looking at, in 2022, we got a $7 million increase on the school board. 2023, there was another $2 million increase. We're asking for another one this year. Where's that $15 million going to?
We hadn't asked for an increase for the upcoming year. In fact, we hadn't, that tax digest has not come out for us to vote on it. And as I recall, we were saying that we were gonna, 9 times out of 10, I can't speak for the whole board, but I will ask for it to be rolled back.
Anyway, I'm asking for a motion that we postpone this until we look at the numbers more closely, that everybody can be treated equal and fairly. I'm not going to spend our taxpayers' money on mitigating 2 projects for this kind of money when it is not equal across the board for everybody. I agree with Ms. Daniels 100%. I'm passionate about what she is, and I compliment her on ROTC and AG because they are absolutely 100% important to this community. I give them every props of what they've earned. However, at these prices, it is not fair to this community to pay this kind of money for 2 projects. When every project we have looked at, every county we have gone to, has been in a $3 to $5 million window. And we talked about COVID. We talked about the 40% increase from COVID. Great, that's done. But now, even with that 40% at a $5 million project, you're only talking about $1.5 million more. So the math is not adding up on how big this facility needs to be. If we need to cut the square footage down to make it acceptable to what we need, not what we want, and spend our money wisely, then that is where I'm asking.
Once again, those comments of Board Member Todd Wise. New Board Member Kerry Yarborough says as far as he was concerned, the math, again, does not add up.
My biggest problem is I think we need to zoom out. Everything zoomed in on football. That keeps getting brought up. And ag and ROTC. I'm for all of it. But the numbers aren't adding up, and the reason I say that is because if I was going to build a house, I would get approved for the money first and then go to the architect and say, this is how much we can spend on this project. How big of a facility can we have? It stopped me when I'm wrong, but I don't know why these, from the outside looking in, and my feet are just getting wet now, it seems like it was just like, hey, here's these projects we want to do. And then it started out with 12 million, now it's down to 7. That's like the government raising gas prices to $10, and they lower it to 5, and you're like, well, at least we ain't paying 10. No, we still shouldn't be paying 5. We should only be paying 2. You sound bad. Does that sound wrong? I mean,
No, you're absolutely correct.
You have to dumb it down for me too now. This is my first meeting.
Well, Mr. Yarborough, I'm going to let you know, I asked the exact same question that you asked.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I was wondering why we couldn't, negotiate and will and deal. And basically we're told that that is the industry customarily what they do. And I'm kind of like you. I was like, well, I know that's customarily what they do, but why can't we do that?
They're supposed to please the customer.
I think I will tell you this, because it was something I was looking at not too long ago, and I realized what happens is they realize that you are a state or a federal agency, and they kind of have come together as an industry and kind of hand it to us.
Once again, Kerry Yarborough, new to the board. This was his first meeting last night, so he asked Dr. Kelly, the superintendent, how we got to where we are.
projects listed specifically in the referendum. That was an ag facility and an ROTC facility. So by law, you have to build those two things. Now, you can build them for $1 million or you can build them for $10 million.
And there wasn't ever a budget?
No, there was not ever a budget given to us. What was told to me, and I'll say it again, what was told to me is get with the people who are going to use the space. So we solicited the input from all of the ag folks. We had a main contact that teaches ag at the high school and said, get all your people together, let's talk about what you want in an ag facility. And so when we did that, we got together, we need this space, we need that space, or whatever. They met with the architects and engineers, and so they drew it up based on what those people said. Not one time, and this seems to be something that a lot of people say, not one time did Dr. Kelly ever say, I want. To this day, Dr. Kelly has never said, I want. I don't care what it is. I want what's best for the kids. We did exactly what we were told to do by the then sitting board, was to talk to the people that are going to use it, get us a basic diagram. We did the same thing with ROTC. Get us a basic diagram, bring it back, and let us know what it is, how much, what's the estimate going to be. So I was also told, go big. We do not want to repeat James E. Bacon where we talk about it's 14 million, but all of a sudden it's 22 million. We don't want that to happen. So again, I did as I was told. We made sure that everything that they wanted was included. We brought it back to the board, said this is kind of estimate or whatever. The board said that's too much. So we did a first revision. Cut square footage, cut some things, this, that, and the other, dropped the price down some. They asked for a second revision. Did the same thing again. Brought it back down some more. Then the board said, okay, we want to put it out for bid based on the first revision.
And once again, that part of the discussion last night on the bids. Once again, several board members not in favor of spending $8, $9, or $10 million. Todd Wise suggested $5 million total, $4 million for the ag facility, $1 million for the ROTC facility. No decision was made or was going to be made at Tuesday's board meeting, so the superintendent suggested that he check with his legal department, take the bids received to the architect to first see if the bids received qualify and meet all the standards, and come back to the next board meeting with the information. Kelly stressed to the board, quote, nothing happens until you say it happens, and quote, the consensus with newly appointed board member Carrie Yarborough that the bids received Tuesday are just simply way too high and just doesn't compare to the surrounding counties that have ag facilities, which were built for way less than $8 million. Wise says even with inflation, the bid prices are just way too high. We'll have more from the board meeting, a surprise move last night by the board on a unanimous vote. That story when we come back after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Other news, more from the school board meeting Tuesday. Under public participation, Jamie Hickox addressed the board, talked about the recent tax bills that Wayne County has received. She says it's simply hurting people. She also pointed to the two recent school board audits that both admonished the school system for what it calls significant deficiencies. Hickox was cut off as her 5 minutes were up. Moved to the board items, fiscal year 25 budget on the agenda once again. The board heard a report from their CFO, R.J. Aldridge, talking about the proposed $5 million increase in the budget, once again stating a big reason is unfunded mandates by the state and Governor Kemp. But shortly after his presentation, a surprise announcement and motion by Chairman Bruce Harris to seek an outside auditor. Here is Bruce Harris at Tuesday's board meeting.
The Board of Education is responsible for enhancing financial stability and strengthening fiscal responsibility within the organization. To achieve this goal, they are actively recruiting a seasoned finance consultant and trainer to dissect the findings highlighted in the latest audit and implement effective solutions. This individual will play a pivotal role in guiding the organization toward financial success by providing expert advice, conducting in-depth training sessions for board members and staff members, and designing strategies that address the issues identified in the audit. The ideal candidate will possess a wealth of knowledge in finance, a proven track record in financial management, and the ability to communicate complex financial concepts in a clear and concise manner. So basically, we're looking just to make sure we're good, make sure everything we've got going on is done exactly the way it should. I have talked to Dr. Kelly about this, and I've talked to Mr. RJ about this, and my suggestion, and then individually I've talked with the board members too, so they would know what I was thinking. But my suggestion is that we check in with Tony Williams, our former CEO, CFO, I'm sorry. And she does this now that she's retired from a constant job. She does this herself and has helped several school systems along the way. So I can make the motion, but I'm asking for a motion that we bring on Tony Williams just to work with us and help us as a board as much as anything else too, that we can do just what you were asking about a while ago, Mr. Wise, about sitting down on line items and knowing what they are for sure and understanding.
And once again, that motion was changed for Bruce Harris to simply contact former CFO Tony Williams, ask her if she would come in and assist the school board, go over their budget and conduct an outside audit. Motion passed 5-0. Harris said he, again, talked with both Dr. Kelly and CFO R.J. Aldridge. Harris says he just wants to make certain the school board and school system is doing everything correct. Aldridge, during his presentation, said despite the proposed budget increase, he sees the school board being able to lower their millage rate in the next tax digest. Personnel was part of the agenda. Here was the personnel approved on Tuesday. Certified recommendations: Jared Ackley, Wayne County High School; Trinity Miller, Wayne County High School; Nancy Morgan, Martha Puckett Middle School; Lisa Purvis, Central Office; Caroline Thornton, Jesup Elementary; Michael Chase Thornton, James E. Bacon. Certified resignations: Catherine Howe, Martha Ross Smith Elementary; Andy Mahaffey, Wayne County High School; Ellen Wild, Martha Ross Smith Elementary. Classified recommendations: Megan Barton, Odom Elementary; Brittany Bennett, Wayne County High School; Madison Cason, James E. Bacon; Kelly Hardy, Transportation; Valerie Merritt, Transportation; and Hannah Reddish, James E. Bacon. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news: still waiting word from the GBI on what their investigation revealed into the death of 8-year-old Noah Bush, who passed away on Thursday, May 16th. His body found in a bar pit near the Mill Creek area. GBI was called in to conduct an investigation. We've been told that progress has been made and an announcement was coming soon. Still nothing has been released at this time. Funeral services for Noah are set for this Saturday at 2 p.m. at Unity Church of God. The burial will be at Sunset Oaks Memorial Cemetery. Community Chapel Funeral Home of Jesup in charge of all the arrangements. Public visitation scheduled for this Friday at the Community Chapel Funeral Home from 2 to 5 p.m. As soon as the GBI releases any information, again, we'll have it here on the local news. Again, nothing has been released at this time. The city commissioners of Jesup have a work session to go over their budget on Thursday, May 30th. Other items on the agenda under old business: all health choice contract, new business golf cart purchase for the water and wastewater departments. Executive session discuss personnel and discussion of the 2024-2025 budget. And the county agenda is out for Monday, June 3rd. We'll run down that agenda for you tomorrow here on the local news. That's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.